On September 7th, we officially enter into eclipse season as we have the total lunar eclipse happening in the sign of Pisces. And eclipses are not something that is rare. You know, we get 2 eclipse seasons a year, and in an eclipse season, we have a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse. So with this being a lunar eclipse, that means that it's a full moon, and so it's when the sun and the moon are sitting directly opposite each other, and the sun is trying to illuminate the moon, but during a lunar eclipse, it's like the earth gets in the way, and so it casts a like a red shadow onto the moon. And so a lunar eclipse is just like a really intense and powerful full moon. And full moons are when things are being illuminated and revealed, and it's when past manifestations are coming to fruition, and they're also very powerful times of release and letting go of those things that no longer serve us. And so with this being a full moon lunar eclipse, I do think that there's going to be a lot of releasing and a lot of feeling under this full moon, but it's going to be deeply healing, and healing on like a spiritual level because it's happening in the sign of Pisces. And eclipses tend to be associated with like times of change and things coming to an end, and so new things can begin. And so I tend to think of them as like these, it's like we're in the juicy part of the story where there's a lot going on, and they tend to bring like these turning points in our lives. But in these changes and these turning points and these plot twists that they bring during this time, it's like they're nudging us back onto our intended pathway for this lifetime because of the nodal influence, because it's kind of like these times just tend to feel more faded than usual. And with these eclipses happening on the Virgo-Pisces axis, I really feel like the theme for these eclipses is going to be all about our mind, body, spirit connection, and how our physical health has a way of impacting our mental, emotional, and spiritual health, and vice versa, because they're also deeply interconnected and they all influence each other. So these eclipses might kind of stir up things that are related to our own well-being in order to release things that don't serve our well-being. And so with the Pisces influence, it's going to be around themes around like surrender and compassion and empathy and intuition. And so with surrender, I always associate it with like, you know, when we're surrendering, it means that we're in the state of acceptance and we're not resisting what is, because when we're in this state of resistance, it's kind of like we're trying to swim upstream or swim against that tide. And when we're doing that, it's kind of like we're just going to exhaust ourselves and we're going to feel like we're not getting anywhere. And so we're meant to release and be open to where this water is trying to take us. We're also being asked to release like old illusions or old delusions or old fantasies or old dreams that just don't support, you know, where we're wanting to go and where we're intended to go in this lifetime. So my advice under this full moon eclipse is to allow yourself to rest and listen to your body and honor its needs. Like if you're tired, again, just let yourself rest and treat yourself to a rest day. And also listen to your dreams and listen to your intuition and honor your